I lived on a dairy farm till I was 5 years old. And then the family moved off the working dairy. We still had animals, we still had all that. So, the biggest piece coming out of that was every single day there was something to do. I saw that. Like my dad had to milk the cows every morning, every evening. There wasn't a break day. I think the other thing in that kind of farming background, you realize you really don't have control. You're managing what you have to manage, but you can make all the right decisions, and then the weather changes or something happens, and you have to react to it. So I think it taught me at a young age that you're called to steward well, and you're called to control what you can control, but recognize ultimately you don't have that ultimate control over the results. The safety things are always the things I worry most about. When I think about the number of pools we have, when I think about the number of kids that we have in our care, those are the things I worry about, that I feel like I don't have a lot that I can do. But that's why we have great people. I trust our people, and that makes it easier for me to knowing good people are taking care of those places. Other than that, it's the parenting things. Every time I get a call at a weird time of day from one of my kids, I freak out for a moment. Like, why are they calling me right now? So that's the other piece of it. Boy, most of those early ideas were around sports. So either a wide receiver for the Browns or a baseball player for the Reds. A lot of interest in that growing up. Once I got a little more sane and figured out what I was not capable of, I can remember there was a group planning the Olympic Games, and I thought that would be the coolest thing, to be in charge of running like the entire Olympic Games. Kind of fits for here, but it's just, how do you line everything up and just give that experience to people? It seemed like a lot of fun, especially in cities that's not what they do normally. They come together for just a short time. We have to create this big project and then go back to something else. So that just is always intriguing to me. I can still remember I took Mo's class, and she was kind, but I really, really hurt after I was done. And so that's a shame on me for not getting back in there enough. So I wouldn't say that I have a favorite, because I haven't taken enough to say that I've tried them all out, but I have taken a couple, and they kicked my butt. So my kids still dominate a lot of that, even though they're now out of the youth sports, but it felt like, when they were younger, between basketball and horseback riding and soccer and just the general activities, those were my hobbies. But a lot of times now, like my wife and I, Allison, we have like Broadway show tickets, like to here in Cincinnati, so we get that on a regular basis. We enjoy that. We enjoy the travel, sometimes to see the kids, just to see places. We actually have 11 acres, so part of it's just taking care of the yard and the property, and that's kind of my escape time too, from a hobby standpoint. Oh, now see, that's a trick question, because I'm going to get myself in trouble with somebody, but the kids triathlon comes to mind, because I love seeing just those different ages and different competition levels, some that are there for pure fun, and they're just out having a joyride on the bike and whatever, and then you mix it in with that 9-year-old that has the full costume and outfit, and they've been training for it, and it's like they're getting an Olympic medal for this thing. And so you mix that in, you see the families cheering. So I love that. I love our Journey of the Cross event that we do as part of Good Friday and leading into Easter. I love the indoor try the last few years has just been wonderful. Healthy family. I mean, again, there's so many, I don't want to leave any out. What it comes down to is when I see, anytime we bring in that whole wide range of people, of ages and people, and you just see them kind of cheering, supporting. It includes volunteers, it includes participants, it includes family members, it includes, like when we figure out that kind of secret sauce of getting that thing to happen, that's when I'm thinking we are really in our sweet spot. Yeah, I love this question because it's one of the ways I talk about things. Like when I say, I'll say like, the Lord and I are working on this in my life right now. And I'll kind of have different seasons of that. And so right now, it's this idea of being complacent versus pushing into hard places. I mean this in my personal life and our work life here at the Y, where I could coast a little bit and we could be okay. But I feel like God's saying, no, I have some pushing that I want to do. And when you push like that, that means there's going to be more work. It means there's probably going to be more messiness you're going to have to step into. It means there's going to be more challenges and maybe more people pushing back against it. So sometimes sitting in that complacent is really nice and comfortable. Kind of my life verse has always been kind of Ephesians 2:10. And it says, well, we are his workmanship or his masterpiece, doing good works that he's prepared for us in advance. So that's what I'm asking. Okay, God, what have you prepared for me in advance? Show me the ones that I am to do and the ones that I'm not to do, that they're just distractions. And discerning the difference between those is hard. But that's what we're working on right now together, is I'm saying, okay, I don't want to be complacent. I want to take those steps forward, but I want to make sure I'm taking them in the places you want me to, and in the way that you want me to. So that's what we're working through.